guys, it's me, Gary Lee Stanley, your real estate sales guy, your sales guy, and your guy who cares about everything in sales, okay? Today we're going to talk about our favorite subject, which is sales. We got a kind of a touchy subject here, so let's go ahead and dive right on into it. What is our subject for today? Our subject for today is why salespeople failed in real estate in the first year. Oh, crap. No, he didn't. Yes, I did. I'm going to tell you what, when I first got into real estate, or thought about becoming a real estate person, I remember watching all these guys and ladies on TV, man. They were showing homes, and man, they were making money hand over fist. They had customers, and they didn't talk much about going through the study time where you had to get your license, a 63-hour course. They didn't talk much about all the hardship that you'd have to deal with and the frustrations. All you see is the gravy, the good stuff, none of the bad stuff. And see, what I want to tell you is this. If you're thinking about getting your real estate license, you need somebody to walk you through a process. In my opinion, they should have what they call an apprenticeship program. And the reason why I think, because I've talked with some masters of people who've been in the business for over 30 years, and they're telling me that, they see so many good people fail because of lack of planning, a lack of direction, a lack of knowledge. And they specify, and I agree with them, that there should be some type of apprenticeship program. Because when you walk into the business and the career of selling real estate, it ain't just like, hey, you want to go ahead and buy this house? It ain't like that. You have got to do a lot of stuff behind the scenes that make you available to sell houses or to even show homes. One of the first things that people fail at is they have these high expectations. They have these big old expectations that they're going to be able to sell within the first week. Now, you might be one of them lucky ones who get out there and you knock it out of the park within a short amount of time. But the majority of people, and that's a lot of people, 80 to 85% of the people in the first year fail and they quit the business, is because they don't know what they're doing. Again, I told you we need an apprenticeship program. I mean, you can go to school and class like I did, and I learned the basics and the fundamentals, but I didn't learn anything about what I needed to know as far as how to sell, or open houses, talking about, having to buy and how much money you had to spend to get yourself going in the business. I'm going to tell you what, if you ain't got at least 6 months of money in the bank, it's rough, baby. It's tough, and you may have to pick up another job. Because, see, what's going to happen is if you go to work for a company, you work for free, baby. And if you're fortunate enough to have a significant other or somebody who's paying the bills with you, so that gives you a little bit of time to be able to get out there and sell something. I mean, it's really, really rough, And I've seen people who didn't have that, and I've been one of them. I was very fortunate that I worked with a company that had mentors, and they kind of told me, a little bit ahead of time, make sure you have some money available, because it will take a while. Because a lot of times you may not get paid within the first 90 days on your sale, or it could take 6 months. I'm just saying, sometimes you may be able to get it quicker, but you have to remember, you have to be prepared. And the subject for today is why salespeople fail in the first year in real estate, and a lot of times is lack of preparation. I mean, we get all gung-ho, we get on these programs, we pay all this money, $500-$600 to $1,000 to get us started. Then we come to find out that, hey man, there's other things that we need to buy. There's other things we need to invest in. One of the big things that you're going to have to invest in when you get going is marketing. Your lead system. You got to get out there and you got to start what they call working in your sphere of interest, people that sphere of people. Because, see, a lot of times these people who've been doing this kind of work for a while, they didn't just become successful in a month, a year. Sometimes it took them years. And your sphere of influence is very, very important. The people that before you even get started selling real estate, you need to go ahead and get a list of people that get their email addresses and telephone numbers, and you might want to just go ahead and say, hey, I'm thinking about getting into real estate. Can I go ahead and get your information? I know you're not looking to buy a house now, but you may here in the future, and I'd like to be that person that you're going to work with. Can you help me out? And you'd be surprised. A lot of people in your sphere of interest, that and people that are around you will give you that information. And a lot of times they may not even be the person that's going to buy the house, but they are your sphere of influence, and they know a lot of people. Damn, I didn't even know that. I wish somebody would have told me that. Then I could have already worked on my list, and you too. So what I'm saying is you want to get up to 50 to 100 people that you can send out information to, text on occasion, befriend, and let them know that, hey, if you know anybody out there who may be trying to sell their home, or if you know anybody who's about ready, to buy a house, let me know. And see, here's the thing. You got to market yourself. There's a lot of different ways. I market myself on Facebook. You got to get out there and tell people what you're doing. You got to let people know that, hey, I'm out here in the business. I'm selling real estate. You also got to get on some type of YouTube, or some kind of format where you can talk about to people what you're doing. I'm a salesperson, and I'm going to tell you what, if you're timid, it's kind of tough to be, a person who's going to be able to sell. Now, you do have some good companies out there that's got some decent training and so forth, but sometimes, a lot of that training is on your own. I'm telling you what, I got really lucky. I got lucky enough to be able to work with some people that have walked me through the process, and they are my mentors. Now, here's the thing. If you have a company that's going to walk you through the process, they're going to teach you the basics, the fundamentals, and then it's on you. But a lot of times we're too afraid to ask, help, I need help. Look, dude, I'm telling you what, if somebody's going to be able to make money off you because you're working in a team environment, you need to ask for help as often as possible. Because, see, the reason why you want to ask for help is because these people know what you don't know. And when I first got into selling real estate, it was like I was confused. I had so much to learn. I had to learn about lead generation. I had to learn about how to get leads, who to talk to. I had to learn all this paperwork. I had to learn contracts. You got to learn all kinds of things, even about how to open a house. Where do I get my marketing material? How do I dress? What do I look like? Where do I go? People I talk to? How do I talk to people over the phone? How do I go knock on doors? It's like, oh crap, man. When I first went into real estate, or should I say when I took my course and everything, it was like, okay, you take this 63-hour course and you're good to go. That's bullshit. I'm going to tell you that right now, guys, because it ain't just a course. And if you're afraid to talk to people, and if you're afraid to go out there and knock on doors and shake people's hands, or be careful, you got to wear your mask now, but you got to get business cards, you got to get pictures taken of yourself. I'm going to tell you what, it is expensive, and I'm going to tell you what, it costs some money to get yourself set up straight. And you may need computers, electronics, but don't, sometimes what happens is people are more busy buying the things and doing the things on the edge and not doing the sales portion up, or not working to get their sphere of people involved in their opportunity, that they waste a lot of time. And I'm going to tell you from personal experience, I did. One of the things that I had to do was, I got all the stuff I needed. I got the knowledge. I got all preparation. But one of the things I had to do was start selling. I picked up the phone, started doing videos, started calling people and letting people, know what I was doing. But see, what happens in the first year, a lot of times is people fail because they fail to do stuff like that. They fail to market themselves. They fail to tell people about what they're doing. And they think people are going to come to them because they have the title of a real estate salesperson. It don't work like that. People, they don't know you. They don't know you're in the business. So you got to get out there and do. Talk to the people. Other things that happen, when you first start is you got to get with NEFAR. You got to get with these different places called MLS, and see all this stuff they don't teach you in class. Now, in class at the beginning, when I took my 63-hour course, they just talked about the basics and the fundamentals. It was like learning a new language, but hell, now I feel like I'm learning a new language and a new culture. Failure in the first year happens because you don't prepare. You don't have all the things in a row. And listen, sometimes people, they think they got to, have everything right before they start calling people. They feel as though that, hey, I'm not prepared yet. I can't start selling. That's baloney. One of the first things I'll tell you when you first get started in real estate is once you get your paperwork and all your stuff, get you some signs that are directional signs for open houses, okay? Go ahead and get you about 15 to 20 of them, and if you're lucky, get some of those with some pictures. Now, don't spend all your money. Get your business cards and get your headshots. Okay, some of the things you can do is put magnets on the side of your car that shows you who you are and the business that you're selling. And what you want to do is make sure when you get these things that you use them. One of the first things you want to do is talk to the people with the company that you work with and ask them, hey, does anybody have any open houses that I can go ahead and I can work with you? Can I sit with you? Can somebody walk me through the process? Can I shadow someone so I can sit and I can learn? Now, if you get that under your belt and if you learn how to do open houses, that is a target market. You're probably saying, well, but I'm not the one who's going to get paid, if somebody comes in. Well, that's not true. If you are fortunate, you'll have people come in and look at that property and they may say, nah, this is not the one for me. You can go ahead and capture their information and you can become their agent. You can become their real estate agent. Or if, say, for instance, if they do come in, sometimes they come in with a realtor and, the practice makes perfect. The other thing is if you got customers that are coming in and they say, well, I've already got somebody helping me. You don't know if they do. What you want to do is make sure that they get the information, and that way you can get their information and contact them later, because you don't never know. Also, you got to have your domain name. Mine is yourrealestatesalesguy.com. It takes customers directly to my website at Exit Real Estate Gallery. And I'm going to tell you what, it helps. Because what it does is it takes you to this thing called Boomtown and it captures their information and their interest. You've got to learn all this stuff. You got to get yourself set up again with the way to make money and lead generation. The other thing is that if you get a chance to work in the offices, answering telephones, waiting for customers to call, what'll happen is you get a chance to work, in the office. Now, if you're lucky, you got multiple offices. Sometimes you only have one and you got a lot of salespeople that are biting to answer that phone. But see, here's the thing also. If you're fortunate enough, you got quite a few locations, because I got like 7 of them right in my area. So what I do is I go to the different ones and I'll sit there and I'll answer phones and I'll transfer information and transfer people. And then on occasion, I'll have people knock on the door and say, hey, can you help me? They're looking at pictures that we have posted outside. And then also what I'll do is also on occasion, you talk to customers, say, well, I need some help purchasing a house. And if you're lucky, you'll be the person they answered. Oh, that's wonderful. Well, were you particularly thinking about a particular home? And they'll say, no, I need some help. I've been thinking about it. And so what you do is you have a customer. So what I'm sharing with you guys is, I'm not trying to scare you out of the business. If you got 6 months to a year's worth of money saved up to pay your bills, you're real lucky. If you got a significant other that can help you while you're trying to transition to a new career, because it is a career, then you're very fortunate. But if you're not, be prepared to say, oh crap, Roman noodles, oh crap, I don't want to have to deal with it. But you know what? You got to tighten your belt. You can't go out there and be extravagant and spend. And listen, you got to work hard. Nobody's going to come to you and say, hey, I want to buy a house. Now, you might get lucky on occasion, very, very lucky, very seldom. So what I'm saying is you got to beat the bushes. You got to get out there. You got to do the do. You got to knock on the doors. You got to pick up that heavy phone, and you've got to find customers. Okay, like I said, I wish they would have set this up like an apprenticeship program, like an electrician or any type of apprenticeship program, because there's so much information, and a lot of times us successful salespeople, we fail only because of lack of preparation and lack of knowledge. I hope I didn't scare you away from doing the real estate business, because my mom always taught me, Gary, you can do anything you put your mind to, but you got to work your ass off for it. I'm gonna tell you what, you really do. So ask for help. Ask for help when you go to talk to these people. Get under their wing, suck it up. Don't be afraid to say, hey, I don't know. And my name is Gary Lee Stanley, your real estate sales guy, and I'm also your sales guy. I just want you to know we're important and we matter. We are salespeople, but this is a career. It's a job. You got to work, and you are a salesperson. So, get over the glitzy crap they show on TV, and just remember, you're going to be working your butt off. You got to make money, honey. So if you want to make money, what do? You don't sit behind a desk and don't do anything. You pick up that heavy phone, you go see those people, you do the best that you can do. And that's all I'm doing. I'm being successful only because I'm doing the things that I know that made the people successful that I want to be like. I emulate winners, so I'm going to be a winner. So my name is Gary Lee Stanley, your real estate sales guy. Check me out on my website, yourrealestatesalesguy.com. And have a nice day. Let's go sell something. Man, I'm going to go sell some real estate. All right. Don't be a quitter.